Like, okay, so you see how much better your aim is than these guys. Yet you're so scared to take fights. And I know your aim is better because you were Immortal 2 or like Immortal 3, like 170 RR or whatever. You shouldn't be scared of diamonds. That's just, you shouldn't be. Your skill level is just way higher, but you're so unfocused and not trying to take fights. But when you do, you absolutely destroy them. It's not even fair. You need to take more fights and more engagements. You shouldn't be hiding as much as you are. Do you want free coaching from a top 100 Radiant? Join the Discord below for free raffles to win a VOD review session from me. Alright Levi, let's check out your tracker. It looks like you're mainly playing Jet Rain and Raze, and these are overall your acts. On the recent one, it shows the same agents, but you decrease a lot in rank, so it wouldn't be a agent shift that's made you drop. So I am assuming by just looking at these stats that you're getting your kills, but they're not high value. Your first bloods are a little bit low on the duelist side. So I'm looking for maybe not the best teamwork, maybe a lot of solo plays, and just low impact kills. But let's head over to the VOD and see what that shows. I'll be curious to see if I'm proven wrong here by just looking at these stats quickly. Okay, Levi, you said you didn't warm up before this game. I have a couple notes on my side of my monitor that I'll use while going through this game, while pointing things out. The first thing here is I'd recommend you to talk to your teammates. Just say like a small introduction. It usually helps with communication before the game starts.
Kind of over-rotating.
Yeah. There's a small thing you can do while you don't have information and the minimap's pretty empty. Right now you can see a Reyna flash and a Killjoy in the minimap, but otherwise it was pretty clear. What you can do is ask your teammate to update the current information by just asking if they stalled, and if they're rotated, or if anything like that has happened. Just ask them for anything new, so you're clear of what's happening around you, and if you need to rotate towards them or you need to fall back towards A, anything like that. Good. I like that you fall back. Yeah. It's good that you reposition after this. Yeah. So here's the thing. Your Sky just jiggled the angle. He saw two. Two of them are looking at the angle that you just swung. It is okay to agree this angle in my scenario, or like in my opinion, but you need to ask for a Sky Flash to either get them to run away or to reposition or anything like that, so it allows you to take the angle without getting killed. But the worst decision you can do here is by just dry peeking. It usually is very high risk and low reward, especially when you have man advantage and you have gun advantage. You don't need to take this fight dry.
Why would I keep that? You little goofy screen share. I'm recording. I'm playing Valorant as consistent 200 to 240. I know this bad. It's even RAM. There's like three.
Okay, so here's the thing. There's 3 of them on ramp, but you have almost 4 people with you. You have Reyna and Vents, you have Sky and Sage around Heaven. All of you could fight ramp together here. You just have to make a call and say, hey, let's all group and fight for Heaven. And I think that's probably your best chance, is by using numbers in a round where you're meant to lose. Like, you're playing eco or like bonus against a full buy, a 5v5. The best chance you have of winning this is by just using your numbers. Like if you allow them to take a 2v2 or 1v1 or whatever, you're gonna most likely lose this round. So I think it's better if you just ask for your teammates' helps. Yeah. You shouldn't be rapping. Your teammates are just better though. Yeah. So if you pay attention to your intuition, you're running front, like forward and back between A, and you're not sure if it's clear. And you're solo on A side this round, which means you kind of want to get information and play it safe. I would have used a boom bot in the beginning to either get information on A main or just hold a cross from screens, or even jump spot from like A ramp. Anything to get information. So jump spotting and A ramp is probably the most valuable, just by getting information and falling back. This guy gets information on B main. Playing with her, that's okay. Pretty decent. Alright. Sage did kill the bomb on mid. Yeah. So the spike is down mid right now. And your Sky is running A heaven. The correct player here is to group up with them. You're staying B main and looking to get this 1v1 and a 2v1. You should be playing this as a 2v1, not a 1v1v1. That is the highest chance you're gonna have of losing this round, because he's already taken a 1v1 against Sage. If you give him 2 more, that is the highest chance he will have of winning all these fights and securing the round for their team. So you don't want to do this. You want to make sure you're grouped up with your Sky here.
Oh, that's horrible. You rotate.
You stay alive with 30 HP here.
Good. What is going on in your background?
Oh, on my
Yeah, honestly. Homeboy, you got a fucking pentagram and goat blood and some candles up, bro. God
That's how we
damn.
keep the rent low, bro.
Fair enough. Keep the green carpet that way.
You're kind of just running around with your knife out, joking around, not really paying attention here. You're not very focused.
To be fair, I'm in the satanic rituals to square.
82. Fuck.
He's having.
Yeah, the best thing you could do is fight for exits here. You took so long and you were so unfocused this round that you took your first like engagement pretty much when the round was over and it's lost. If you made a better jump spot on A main and then you rotated through vents towards middle, that would have made sure you definitely could have helped more and had more impact this round. Like your rotations are kind of poor because you're just sitting in spawn with your knife out and you're not like sure of anything because you're not getting any information yourself.
Honestly. Nice. Sorry, step down.
3.
Okay, you see, this will lose you games. You're AFK, sending Twitter DMs while your teammates are fighting for ARAM control that you originally play. You haven't made any sort of deep clears or pushed anything for information. You're just sitting really unfocused every round almost. And that while you're having okay stats this game and you guys are winning, I promise you this is costing you so many games. That's why you've dropped from like Immortal 2, 200 RR, almost like 174, to like Diamond or like low Ascendant. You need to focus more. You need to stop like being so focused on other things outside the game. You're sending Twitter DMs, you're running around spawn, joking with your teammates with your knife out. You're not like doing anything valuable outside of trying to get some like site retake kills.
Just tapped out.
He was helping out with the rituals.
Of course I was. Come on now.
Yeah.
He's about to come.
What? Huh? 100 on Brim?
Okay, I think it's okay popping your ult there and running out the smoke. I think it has high value, but you need to kind of communicate it. You should tell your team like, hey, I'm popping ult and I'm running in. You guys follow me and trade me. If they're on the same page and they're running out there with you, you're gonna have people hiding backside trying to avoid the ultimate. You're gonna have some people in the open panicking with their knife, or like maybe one or two people holding you at most. And if you're running out there with your ult, you're most likely killing one. If not, you're damaging them, and then your teammates are gonna be able to trade you kind of no matter what. It is the most valuable thing you can do is making sure your teammates are running out there with you.
He's default. There are 100 on that man, default. And then one backside.
Yo, swing, swing, Sage, swing. Just swing,
Just gonna swing together.
Yeah, okay.
Nice.
Oh, hold up.
Well done.
This motherfucker's so focused on sending messages.
God damn, what's with everyone from blue? What's up?
Like serves. Like mid.
TJ was on B.
Okay. I don't like you using that satchel there because you've been silent the whole time. It is more value if you just play an off angle and then hold mid. If you know there's one person there, like you saw, he said one mid, just hold a off angle. Don't expect there to like having to use a satchel to satchel out, pre-planning it like that, because all you're doing is giving off your info of where you're at. A satchel is pretty much an insta pop. You can just throw it and pop it immediately. There's no delay like a jet dash. So just wait. You don't have to get greedy. You don't have to try and pre-plan your satchel. Just hold the off angle and you're good.
Hey, one garage.
That what? Wait, how you know what else?
Okay, that Reyna's actually griefing.
Nah, I'm
Alright.
throwing.
I don't like you swinging there. It's a 1v3 when you have man advantage. I understand that they have the gun disadvantage, but I think you greeting that 1v3 swing is a little bit too much. I think you can just like kind of hold. There's no value in you peeking there because all they're doing is holding you to peek anyways. It's like really high risk, low reward. Some small notes I want to point out just is you need to use your alarm bot more when you're unsure of angles. You should definitely use your satchels to take some more aggressive peeks or picks. Try and look for first fights, first engagements more. Since you're a duelist, don't be too worried about like peeking into A mains or B mains or anything like that. You do want to fight early. You don't always want to sit back and towards spawn and jump around like a sentinel. Your playstyle is a little too passive for Raze. But I think it's an easy fix. You just need to like play a little bit more aggressive initially in the start of the rounds. And you need more prep. I don't know what type of pro players you've watched while playing Raze and then also watching other ones. I'd recommend Ying. I think he's probably the best Raze player there is. And he's really good at playing bind. He's really good at playing split.
Bro, Sage, you poured it on my face. He swung knife together. He said, we'll use the power of friendship. Hey, heaven.
I would have rather satcheled in towards A ramp because I'm unsure of what their setup is, and I do think there's high impact on taking ramp control rather than taking site randomly in those scenarios. But one thing you could do is, if you're unsure of their setup with Killjoy, is something like this. It is more impactful because you have a higher chance of clearing out the mollies and the stuff in the path rather than just risking you running in and then just getting fried, which is what happened to your team. I do want to see you play more aggressive though.
Some efficiency. Some pop flashes.
One shot. Getting baited. Viper alone.
Front of wall. But to be honest, we should have just gone mid, right?
Like, okay, so you see how much better your aim is than these guys, yet you're so scared to take fights. And I know your aim is better because you were Immortal 2 or like Immortal 3, like 170 RR or whatever. You shouldn't be scared of diamonds. That's just, you shouldn't be. Your skill level is just way higher, but you're so unfocused and not trying to take fights. But when you do, you absolutely destroy them. It's not even fair. You need to take more fights and more engagements. You shouldn't be hiding as much as you are. Like, intentional or not, you are kind of making yourself lose more games just because of how safe your playstyle is. Yeah, nice try.
Raze heaven.
Insane round though.
That's pretty good, bro. Movie. Use the restroom quick. I got like 4 water bottles.
They don't know about the pushing out.
Okay, I think you're a little bit unfocused. You should definitely be playing with your teammates there because there are just 4 people B, they're trying to rush B, and you're the only space making duelist, and you're solo mid, which is having like no impact.
Mid.
Yeah.
I hate it.
You're kind of dry satcheling out with no util to help you, no Reyna flash, no Sky flash, no nothing. You should have definitely died to a Brim ulter too. If their Brim was a little better, you would have anticipating the revive.
There's two mid.
He's right there.
You're holding onto this ultimate like way too long as well. Reyna's pushing down mid. You see her on the minimap.
Walk on B, no? Could be on the wall.
He's up
Yeah.
mid.
Walk on.
Yeah, you're holding ultimate on a lot of rounds, which you don't want to do. If you get ultimate, don't hold it for longer than 2 rounds.
Oh, that's better. Even better.
Okay, I don't like you using your ultimate on an eco. That's why I'm saying hold it for like no longer than 2, because if you were to get your ultimate on like the next round, which is an eco round, you don't want to pop it and waste it on an eco round in most cases, unless you're already kind of winning. But popping it in a 5v5 is usually low reward because you tend to lose these rounds even if you use one ultimate. I'd say keep the ultimate for next round. You're probably gonna lose this one anyways, but what you want to do is like just save up over one more round and then go all out, try and win that last round to make sure you win the game. If you can secure like a full buy with some ultimates, it is gonna have a way higher chance of you winning the game than popping a one random ult on an eco round. Yeah, you get no value with it either. Good aggression though. Yeah, it's a good pick. You should be playing like these on more weapon, like more buy rounds. The space you're taking and the aggressive peaks, your overall play style is better on an eco round. Okay, your teammates wants to rotate in a 3v1 because Killjoy's on site, and I agree. If they're rotating, just rotate with them. You shouldn't be sticking around trying to take a 1v1 and then leaving the game up to a 1v2. I'd rather just rotate with them and then have a 1v3.
Don't ask around. Let me see that shit. Make it clap.
GG boys.
Alright, well played. Good game.
GG. It was fun playing with the president.